Hello again. This is Math 2115 coming to you from the College of DuPage. And the title of this lecture is In-Game Commentary, Final Exam Scope, and Protocols. As always, please be attentive as you watch this lecture. I begin by looking back. In the syllabus and the official curriculum documents at the College of DuPage, these are the general course objectives, and this is the topical outline. Let's just review this momentarily. So upon successful completion of the course, the student should be able to do the following. Define the key terms and phrases in set theory, logic, combinatorial mathematics, and math induction. Construct proofs using math induction. Solve combinatorial problems involving permutations, combinations, and the principle of inclusion-exclusion. Determine the characteristics of graphs by applying algorithms, shortest path, minimal spanning tree, etc. Construct Boolean functions to represent statements in propositional logic and to represent sequential circuits. Translate complex statements in propositional logic to simplified form, and design finite state machines for given conditions. And the topical outline, as we talked about set theory and language, relations and functions, math induction, combinatorial mathematics, planar graphs, and Euler's theorem. Trees and spanning trees, algorithms for graphs, shortest path, minimal spanning tree, propositional logic, Boolean algebra, and sequential circuits and finite state machines. We did all of this. You did this and more because we did things with encryption and number theory as well. Well done. I think you got a good course. The final exam is in front of us, and as you may recall, I hope you do, but it doesn't matter because I'm repeating it here. The final exam is comprehensive. That means it covers everything that we have talked about in the duration of the course. The final examination is mandatory. That means you do not get a passing grade in the course unless you take the final exam. So it's mandatory and comprehensive. And accordingly, the final exam is important for your grade. As I specified in the syllabus, and I will do this calculation, it counts a third of your grade. And then we have the LSA contribution, and we also have the midterm grade. So it's a third, a third, a third. I promised you I would do that in the syllabus. But I made a student-friendly adjustment. And this is the adjustment that happens. I will compute this so you get it, but since it's a comprehensive final exam, students will learn a letter grade, a course letter grade, no lower than the letter grade earned on this comprehensive and mandatory final. That means this is a very significant student-friendly upside opportunity. I'll compute both and give you the better of the two. Now, the final exam protocols, it'll be much like the midterm. The COVID compromises continue, and what that means is that there will be a proctored Zoom examination. Another compromise is the answers will tend to be more numerical than otherwise because it's difficult to format your answers in the assessment answer sheet. The assessment answer sheet will be password protected, and it will be the prime grading instrument. So if you don't put an answer on the answer sheet, you left the problem blank. So work to do that, please. Okay, it will be proctored, it will be on Zoom, and you should be getting information soon from the proctors about that. You may have already gotten information, I'm not sure about their timing. Excel and calculators will be okay, and I will be available by phone, not for you to call, but for the proctors to call, and they can communicate with me, and I will be available. Okay, watch for the addresses for this Zoom address. You should be getting them very soon if you haven't already got it. And if you have any accommodations that you're wanting to asserts, you better be getting with me because, again, the term ends soon. So the answer sheet's the prime grading instrument. It'll be proctored, and you want to prepare that way. And you want to prepare for content because it is very similar to the midterm, but it's also going to, the letter grade you get on this will be the minimum letter grade that you get. So that means this is an upside opportunity. So this is the scope statement. During office hours between students last night and this morning, actually it was mostly this morning between students, I did rough out this outline, and there's going to be 12 problems. And the 12 problems deal with red things that are since midterm and some things that were before midterm by my reckoning. So anyway, and they won't necessarily be in this order, but this is the order in which I put together this morning. I may shift the order somewhat, but these are topics that you want to be very familiar with. So minimal spanning trees, planar graphs, shortest path algorithms, and we talked about Dijkstra's algorithm, and that's one of the most powerful shortest path solutions. So shortest path problems in, again, graphs. These first three topics are all graph theory topics. Encryption and decryption. This is a number theory topic, and we did a bunch of examples. Now, this is not going to be massive arithmetic, but again, I do expect you to be able to do this, so be familiar with that. Also, one of the things we discussed in the number theory section was the Chinese remainder theorem and Fermat's Little theorem applications. I actually have problems for both of these, and I'm going to choose one of them to put on the final exam. And so, but you want to be familiar with both. So these are number theory applications. Sequential circuits and finite state machines. We covered that topic. This is graph theory again. It is Euler and Hamiltonian circuits. And again, I haven't decided which one or if I'm going to ask both, but there will be those, so you should study that as you're preparing. And number 8 is solving second-degree homogeneous recursion equations. And that also was one of the things that we covered. So these 8 are going to be things we've covered since the midterm. Prior to the midterm, we talked about survey problems and Venn diagrams. That's about set theory. We talked about counting problems, and there are a number of those kind of things. We talked about math induction, and we talked about truth tables and validity of arguments. So it's going to be 12 problems, and these will be at least my topics that we have. In closing, now more than ever, time is precious. Each day must count. Do the math, it will make you strong. And now more than ever, take care of yourself and of each other. We're all in this together. May God bless you all.